I mean, those are what I would think of too.
Yeah. How, if you could, like, Z's family is an example, but how dangerous is it for them to make that, once it's decided, hey, we can get you out? Is it dangerous for them? Are they leaving at 2 a.m. and to escape?
Yeah, so the story he tells about their escape, you could probably make it into a movie.
Really?
There were already Taliban checkpoints around the airport there in Kabul where the Armada was happening. Military folks are guarding the wall, but the Taliban were already having, they were doing patrols in concentric rings around the airport to catch people trying to get there. So he was dodging Taliban checkpoints. At one point, liberated a Taliban-controlled Toyota truck to throw a bunch of kids in the back and get past the next checkpoint. It was hairy, and they almost didn't get in through the outer perimeter to get inside, but it was because of one of the recommendation letters he had and was trying to hold it up to the guard. I think it was an Air Force guy, and they let him through. It was not easy. Plus, again, it would be hard if it was just two people doing it.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 17 under the cover of darkness, right. And with at that time 1, 2, 3 that probably couldn't walk on their own because they're babies.
Now, if they had been caught, would they have been killed?
Most likely, yeah.
All of them?
I'm sure.
They would have killed them all? Wow.
I have no doubt.
Man.
And luckily they were able to not be at the place where the explosion happened that took our servicemen and women.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of gates. I believe the hand of God was in it getting them out.
Sure.
And I hope that's the reason, I've had a bunch of close calls over my career too. Maybe that's the reason I was allowed to stick around so I can be here to help them now.
So at what point they get through the guards? There's basically, it's a miracle even, right, that he shows this piece of paper and they wave him through. But at what point are they kind of safe? Like, okay, we've gotten through it and our lives are no longer in danger.
Well,
like where in that journey does that happen?
I think once they got past that checkpoint and they got inside the wire,
okay,
as we would say, they were good.
And there's someone there to receive them or is helping them?
Yeah,
okay.
they were inside the walled part of the Hamid Karzai International Airport.
Okay.
So now I'm getting worried. I'm watching constantly because I didn't, phone chargers are not a thing that you, when you're escaping in the middle of the night, think about taking. So he's got a dead phone now carrying with him, and I haven't heard from him. And, the clock starts ticking 2-3 days. I'm watching the news, just looking, at all the footage, trying to see if I could see him and his son. I knew what they looked like. I didn't know any of the other family. I'd never met them before. So I didn't see anything. Then there was the big explosion. And then we started seeing planes leaving. So it was about a week or 10 days that I was just on pins and needles. And finally I got a call from a strange number, and they were on the ground at the air base in Qatar. So they were handing out phones, and we were communicating by video chat, which was good. And like I said, they were there about a month before they ended up in Fort Dix. I think they hit there on early September of 21.